Hello, everyone. This is Suzanne Kohlberg, and I'm really excited today to be joined by the amazing Kari.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about Kari's experience in Why Wait, because you've been with us for a while now.
Yeah, I've been trying to work out when I actually joined, and I can remember that I had my desk in a different room, but
Isn't it how I remember things like that? I remember it was not long after, so I think you didn't do the beta round, but we were chatting back then, and then soon after you joined. So it's been probably close to 3 years now.
yeah, I was thinking 3 or 4 years. So yeah, wow.
In and out, like you had a little bit of dips out, but mostly in.
Yeah.
So the first thing I'd love to ask, Kari, if for you to share, what attracted you to joining Why Wait?
Well, I'd just done another personal development course with a lady in Canberra. And she had spoken about you a number of times through the course that we were doing. And she was linking to you in her Facebook page. And I got onto your Facebook page, and the wording that you used in your Facebook posts, that just really appealed to me. The down to earth, the keeping it real, you are you type of what is it, the saying that you say?
You do you.
Yeah, that really appealed to me. The lady I'd been working with, I felt was a bit too highbrow for me, and I felt like I didn't quite fit in. But when I was reading your posts, I felt like, yeah, you're super intelligent, but you're talking my language. So then when we had a few like Zoomy type meetings, and I felt like you said, I've got you, and I felt like that right from the beginning, was that I fitted in. And yeah, I was going through a bit of a transition in my world, so I wanted to feel like I fitted in somewhere.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. I remember us chatting a few times, and for anyone considering joining, there is a process. I was talking to Margaret earlier. It's another video if anyone wants to check it out. And we're saying there often is this loving lurker phase where you watch for a bit first, and that's okay because there's something inherent about safety and fear of stepping into, a community kind of thing. So
And I had learnt my lesson from the previous one that I joined. I'd spent a tremendous amount of money on it, and like I said, I just didn't feel like I felt like a square peg in a round hole.
yeah.
And so I wanted to suss you out and suss out all of that sort of stuff. I live in the Pilbara. I swear like a trooper. I didn't want to feel like I didn't belong.
This is why we get along so well. Not that I've ever lived in the Pilbara, but I do swear like a trooper at times. And that leads into my next question, Kari, which is, what were you nervous about before joining?
At the time, I didn't realise it, but it takes me a lot to grasp a concept. So you need to tell me and tell me and tell me in a different way, and write it down in this way, and do a video on it in this way. So I need to hear it multiple different ways to be able to learn something. At the time, I just felt like I was, I just didn't get any bloody thing. But I have since learned that it's my learning style. So I felt like all the posts and things that I read of yours, you had that capacity to tell someone in that way, and then go off and tell them in that way. And, so I was reading things and going, oh yeah, I'm getting it. So that was what really concerned me about joining a group and signing into another course was, are they going to, is it going to be told once and you're expected to get it? Or is it going to be told 5 different ways and you can pull out of it what you need?
I love that. I love that so much, especially in light of our most recent call. When you get a chance to listen to that one back, I got off it last night and I was like, I don't know how many ways I mix metaphors, but I just came up with things I never have before. So, and I think there's that too, because sometimes a certain metaphor example, and on the call, I use the metaphor of when you change flavors of cordial in a drink bottle. And the person on the call was like, that doesn't land, but I do make cakes. So when you change the icing in the icing bag, and I was like, that's so many different ways to explain it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Makes
And
sense.
what has changed for you since joining?
Oh, bloody hell. I think that this is, how long's a piece of string? There has been so much that has changed. So for anybody who is looking at joining Y-Weight, in any iteration, because I've been with Y-Weight since it was a membership, and in hindsight, and I don't know whether it's my upskilling or up leveling or whatever you want to call it, but when you changed from a membership to the containers, the rounds,
Yeah, the program rounds, yes.
the program rounds, I was really excited for you. I was a little bit nervous for me. And gee, it's been fabulous. Like I really get it now. It really does make sense, the ins and the outs and the specific time slot. And the thing that I really love about it is seeing the newbies come in, and then, if an alumni has a break, then the next time that they're in the course with you, it's just like getting together with your cousin that you haven't seen for a few months or a few years or whatever. That connectedness. I love that. I really love that community feel. I love that we've all got one another, and that we can share a meme, if I've said that right, and have an absolute joke. So what's changed for me is that I feel like I'm in a net. I feel like you've all got me, and with that feeling of belonging, I have been able to look at my responses to things and to food and to exercise, and be more analytical about not blaming myself, but noticing patterns and saying, like we'd said just a minute ago, okay, I have realised that my learning style is that you have to tell me, I have to read it, I have to see it, I have to hear it, but that's my learning style, and that's okay. It's not me being dumb.
Yes.
So being able to analyze, put the data down, and see it and go, well, if this was you and I was looking at this data in relation to you, I wouldn't say you're dumb. I would say, okay, if I'm putting together a program, I need to meet you in these different areas. And so looking at it being me, that's been really quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Self, I don't know. Like it's given me more self-confidence, maybe.
Yes.
Because I'm getting to know myself without being so critical of myself.
Yes.
So
100%.
yeah. So that's a deep but shallow sort of change. What's changed also is the pennies that you talk about in one of the modules. I've always thought about habits. That's habits are my jam.
I know that's Kari's page. Go check it out. It's pretty awesome.
But yeah, I love habits. It really, lights me up thinking about these habits. But one of the things that you talk about is, having the micro habits and not choosing too many all at once. And that's been a bloody big eye opener for me. Is, I used to have a list of 20 habits that I had to get through in a day, and you're fabulous for a week, and then the moon does its stupid thing, and we're all in shitty moods and got no energy, and you think, oh, I've failed again. Whereas if you're keeping it to 4, it's doable. Even on your crappiest day, it's doable. So that's also been a self-confidence booster, because who can do 20 habits a day every day, when the moon's doing its thing, and the kids are screaming and the teenagers are yelling, and
and you're feeling sick and you just can't be bothered.
You've got COVID and you just want to tell everybody to see you next Tuesday.
Oh, I love it so much. And I do love the point, circling back to what you said about the transition from the membership to the program, it was a big step. It was a thing for all of us. But what I love about it is when we join a membership, there's really no celebration. So now that we have the program, we have the seasons aspect. We start with the spring, which is, brand new people, or alumni people who come back from different rounds, and we're all starting together. And then we have the summer of doing the program. Then we harvest that round, which may or may not be what we intended to get out. And then we have the break before the next one. Whereas when it was a membership, people would just kind of leave, like slink out, and there was no celebration, or people would stay, and what should have been a celebration kind of became a divorce. So now there's that option.
But when you turn that around, Susan, you look at it from a different perspective. 4 times a year, or we're getting this brand new excitement of a brand new thing. And I love brand new things.
Yeah.
And so that excitement, that joy of, I'm getting to start again, and I'm starting this new habit, and da 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 da. So yeah, so I can see your perspective of the harvest and the finishing off.
Yes.
But my perspective is, it's new and it's fresh and ooh.
Especially depending when you're watching this, if it's for the upcoming July round, it's totally new. It's the mystery.
Yeah.
So some big anchors happening, being released, and new stuff coming in, and those in the current round too. I don't know if you've been in recently, but I've realized, based, and because it's always taught live, on a lot of the questions that have come in, there's been gaps in where I haven't made things as clear as I would have liked. So we're actually having a bonus module. So I don't know if you've seen that yet, but that will be dropping in the coming days, tying together some loose ends.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant.
And
I have to say that is something else that I really appreciate, is that you talk to the group at the time. So you've gone through the questions and you've heard us all and all the different things that have been going on, and you have decided, okay, well, this hasn't landed or that hasn't landed, I will do something extra to support you. That is fabulous. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think that's what I like about, being responsive, because sometimes there is that, well, I didn't get it kind of thing. And it's kind of like, perhaps I didn't articulate it as well as I could have, or especially, at the moment of recording this, there's a full moon and there is something, I don't know, energetically, there's kind of a group slump thing happening. So I'm like, let's regroup and finish strong.
Yeah, totally agree.
Awesome. And the last question I had is, what does why wait mean to you now?
Oh, your mother twits? No. It's family. It is a bond. It is it's a community. I don't know a better way of putting it. I love that, like I've said multiple times, that we're there, that we're that net. We're there to hold one another. We're there to commiserate. We're there to cheer. We're there to be on the sidelines going, "You go, girl." Without being toxic positivity. So you there's none of the bullshit of oh, you can do this, or you can do better, or any of that sort of crap. It's I've got you. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm hearing you. It's okay.
What did you say to me once? That I give good loving bitch slaps. I'm sure it was you. Maybe I'm wrong, but someone said, I like Suze because she gives a loving bitch slap.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the comments that the girls have put on one another's posts over the years, they're nurturing.
Oh, yes.
And it does, we're a group of people from all over the world. We come together, we laugh about accents and about strange terminology around things, and we get educated on Australianisms, to feel safe, to feel that I can tell you what's going on in my world. I know that you're here, but I can walk down the street and nobody knows that that's going on for me. So I've got this loving community of people who can support me and hold me, but I'm not going to see them down the street and be thinking, oh God, they saw me crying my eyes out last night and they know what's going on in my world, and I've got to put on this professional facade of this is my business face and this is who I am. I don't have to. I can be me. I'm not mum. I'm not the boss. I'm not any of those things. When I'm with you girls, I'm me.
And I love that. Free of all the roles. And I was going to say, and often coaching or coming to calls in Uddies, but given the Pilbara, I don't know if you even own one, but a lot of the rest of us come wearing whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm always in a tank top. But when I was away on holidays, I saw some Uddies and I was like, should I get one just for calls?
I can imagine that. That's hilarious. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kari. This has been awesome. Is there anything that you want to add before we wrap up?
Do it. Just do it.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me, and thank you everybody for watching. Bye for now.
Thanks.